Look and see what I picked up at the field today. I found it in an asteroid. A big yahoo! And welcome back to the bad end, everybody. This here is the marble I found, and before I use it to break the space-time continuum, I better get into the polls. Here they are, everybody. Not as good as I was hoping for, but not too shabby either. Let's see, we got 2 copies of Breaker the Dark Magical Warrior, UA Mighty Slugger. We don't have. He's playing a game back on the farm, what we call stick ball. Now, we'll be lucky if we get an actual ball, but we normally just crumple up these extra commons that we have here. We got 4 Artifact Lancia. That's not going to help very much in Limited, I don't think. We got 2 UA Perfect Ace. Now, he's playing what we call stick ball, but it's with a racket instead. Those funny Englishmen play that kind of stickball. 2 copies of Shadow Dragon. That's pretty good. The shadows were the best thing that you could possibly be doing this week. 4 copies of Seteller Knight Ukulele. He plays an instrument that I've never quite seen. It's kind of like a banjo, but it's only got 4 of those little strings there. We got as many copies of that squamata as we like. Before I turned vegan, I like to eat some squamata, but not anymore. Not anymore. Now I eat nothing but the soy I grow out of our good God-given earth. 2 copies of Flash Knight that looks kind of like this marble I got here. Only 1 Performa Pal Whipsnake. Now you're going to have to look out for this boy. He hides in the tall grass, and he's got his Rattler going. If you're not careful, you might get your attack and defense swapped, and you do not want to get your attack and defense swapped. 4 copies of Perform Pal Skeetin' Skimmer. This card is funny. I might just play it because it's got a really funny name. Skeetin' Skimmer. We got this asshole. And 3 of the other that make the 0 attack. 3 copies of Shadow Head. We got as many of these Shadow Hedgehogs. The only way to get Shadow Hedgehog on the field is if you have a face-up copy of Seteller Knight Vega Genesis, because as you know, Hedgehog was a reoccurring character on the Vega Genesis system. Well, only 1 copy of Shadow Falco. That's okay, because if I had more than... I got a bad shoulder. If I had more than 1 copy, these dudes like to perch on my shoulder, and it'd be pecking the heck out of my head, and I just can't have this side of my head pecked too many times. 3 copies of Performa Pal Turn Toad. This guy is who I was checking on out in the field when Jules and I were checking on the Turn Toad when I snuck off and I found me this marble. 2 copies of Hippo Carnival. Hippo Carnival looks kind of like my dog. Being the southern gentleman I am, I have a challenge with literacy, and so I was not aware that this card only prevented your opponent's monsters from attacking your monsters the first turn you flipped it up. 4 copies of the Monarch Storm, 4th, exactly what we wanted, but unfortunately not going to be something we see anymore. Here is the deck for this week. Like I said, an honest deck for an honest farmhand like myself. Not a lot too exciting going on here. We got those 3 Turn Toads, is pretty good. We wanted to play as many copies of these playable tribute monsters to get out of our Monarch Storm 4th, so we weren't bricking on them. We decided to go into 2 copies of the UA Stadium so that we could tribute something in these dudes and get the sports guys to our hands. Super Heavy Samurai Big Man Kai. He was going to be the big attacker with the defense monsters. Big defense battlers. Could have been pretty cool to get him out, but we never got to. I don't know if he's ever going to come up again. Now it's time to get into the games. The first one is against Bran. It's always nice to go against my little bro. Our top dog here at Playoff Acres. Let me just pause this game, see what's going on. Bran allowed me to go first, and I'm going to get into the Gavin. The Gavin Knox opening hand analysis. Super Heavy Samurai Swordsman, Hippo Carnival, the Monarch Storm 4th, Big Blue Brawler, and Turn Toad. Brant's opening hand is Ukulele, Gaia the Polar Knight, Sapphira, Queen of Dragons, Gaia the Polar Knight, Rise of the Mega Monarch, and Shadow Dragon. Oh boy. Brent's gonna go ahead and open with that Satellar Knight Ukulele. Sending Vega Genesis to the graveyard. Gonna attack into our Swordsman. Swordsman gonna make it 0 attack. Not gonna get through that big drum, that big oil drum of a card there. Gonna summon Shadow Dragon, get in for a fat 1900 points of damage. Gaia the Polar Knight's gonna boost its attack, and I am going to flip up Hippo Carnival. I'm gonna flip up a coin because I don't know what I'm doing. Brant's gonna go ahead and clear one of my tokens with Gaia the Polar Knight. I'm gonna play that Turn Toad, flip it into the attack, going with Shadow Dragon and Samurai Swordsman, setting a Squidmata. Brant's gonna attack with Polar Knight, getting over my Shadow Dragon. I Squidmata and get in with Samurai Swordsman, and I'm gonna go ahead and set. No, I'm not gonna set that blue brawler. I guess I wanted the space in my field. Brant's gonna play a Midnight Sun and get over my Squidmata. I'm gonna play Whip Snake, Rattler. Get the Rattler getting in with that grass, Brent. And I'm gonna get over there, dude. Vega's gonna get over me, my guy. Oh, so much is happening for me to keep up with. I'm going to get Battle Guard Howling, sending me back to my hand, and then with the blue brawler switched by that Turn Toad, I'm going to get it. Oh, Turn Toad flipping up, attacking defense like Joseph making us all pancakes on a Sunday. And that's going to be the game. This week for Game 2, I was matched up against our big dog here in the field, Mr. Joseph MBT Tron. As you know now, all of our games are randomly assigned. No more of that bracket nonsense. Multiple game playing dogs. Getting to the Gavin Knox opening hand analysis. Joseph is going to opt to go. I forget who won the die roll. I think it was me, and I'm going to make Joseph go first. Joseph's going to go ahead and set Squimata, Battle Guard Rage, Shadow Dragon, Gaia the Midnight Sun, and Nefarious Arch Eater of Nefariousness. Maybe that's who set this marble out for me to find. I don't know. My opening hand is Satellar Knight Ukulele, Battle Guard Howlin', Shadow Dragon, Shadow Squidmata, UA Perfect Ace, and Performapal Turn Toad. My hand was pretty good this week. I'm going to summon Ukulele, send that Vega Genesis to the graveyard, get in on that Squidmata. Squidmata's going to destroy my Ukulele. Joe's going to get in for big damage, summon Shadow Dragon. Then, Dragon's a spellcaster, allowing Joseph to summon that Arch Eater of Nefariousness, getting in for the big 3,400 points of damage. I'm going to summon Turn Toad, flip that 1,900 to 0. Just pancake flapjacks on a Sunday, getting in for 1,900 points of damage. Guy the Midnight Sun, Arch Eater of Nefariousness, getting in. I'm going to set Satellar Knight Blue Brawler, and Joe's going to stack up into Satellar Knight Delta Rose to pop my Blue Brawler and get in for enough damage. Now I was wondering what would have happened if I set Shadow Falco. So I would have set Shadow Falco. It would have used its effect. Joe's going to pop it, thinking it's Satellar Knight Blue Brawler. Going to use its effect to summon itself. And then Joe gets in. It doesn't get to activate its effect again. And then it's too much defense for Turn Toad to get over. And it can just pop me again next turn. Yeah, Joe had it 5 ways from Tuesday. Joe had this game, so well played to Joe. Let's take a look and see here to see how our deck stacked up against the rest of the competition. So this here is Leah's deck, and oh my goodness, 3 copies of Satellar Knight Altair. 3 copies of Altair, just 3 copies of Squimata. I wonder if Leah didn't pull any dragons or didn't decide to play any of her dragons. 3 copies of that Stick Baller, 3 copies of Flash Knight. Leah is, oh my god, in Castell. I cannot believe my eyes at this Leah deck here. Here is Brand's deck. My goodness, another Castell. All these other cowpokes out here pulling Castell. I'm upset about it. Mega Ryza. I cannot believe there is a Mega Ryza in Brent's deck. Another super heavy samurai level 8, mister. decided to play the Sapphira Queen of Dragons. I pulled it too when I didn't know so much about that. Brent looks like he has an identical shadow pulled to myself. Must be in the Nox bloodline. Although Brent pulled one copy of Altair and one Kaleidoscope. Only one copy of that Stick Baller and none of those other two Stick Baller throwers. Oh my goodness, here is Danny's deck, and hoo-wee, how did Danny not just win this entire week here? Shadow Beast, Shadow Dragon, Hedgehogs, Squid Matas, Shadow Fusion, and Shadow Construct. What in the world is going on? 3 copies of Stick Baller, Satellar Knight, Deneb. Danny has a Deneb. Deneb. Only one Turn Toad, but one Mega Raza. How in the world? Danny must have seriously bricked. I feel so bad for him. He did not deserve to go 1-1 this week. He deserved to take it all home. Take it all home. Here is that MBT deck. Not a lot interesting going on in the main deck, actually. It's pretty solid. 2 Slugger, 1 of the big Samurai Benkai, 2 Turn Toad, 2 of that Rattler, 2 Shadow Beast. Joe, the only one getting the 2 copies of Shadow Beast. That is pretty good. 3 Squamata, pretty standard. Only 2 copies of Stormforth. Joe must have been okay to see that ban this week. And 3 of that Satellar Knight Construct Maker Equip Spell thingies. Then the only thing exciting in that extra deck is that Satellar Knight, the 3 stack with the poppin' card dude. The bans for this week are that UA Stick Baller and that card that summons it. Now, let me just go over, I know it says that Brent banned 2 cards this week, so this has never happened before like this, so let me just recap very briefly how the bans are going to work. We're going to be operating on a biggest loser banning system, which means that the person, as you see here in our Duelist Alliance records, there's no more winner of the week, there's no more bracket. All you have is how many games you won out of the 2 games that you played this week. I've been saying all episode that Joseph took this week home. No, it was Leah. This is just the illiteracy of my being a Southern gentleman here and my foggy memory. Leah won this week. Joseph did not. So the winner of the week is going to be determined by how many wins you got out of 2, and sometimes there's going to be 2 winners in a week. Sometimes there may be no winner at all if we all go 1-1. If we all go 1-1, we're going to have a collaboration on what to ban in a week. But other than that, if someone goes 0-2 and no one else does, they ban 2 cards that week. If 2 people go 0-2, each of them get 1 ban. No more of this 3 ban nonsense that we experienced out in Zexal. It was nothing but collaboration to conspire against me and my here marble. The standings, I got this all wrong. It's not Joseph, it's Leah. Leah is in first place once again. Big shocker, Leah first place. Leah, good player, very good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Unsurprising that she's leading this first week. And that'll be all the Hen Clucked for this week. We will have to see how Arc V evolves to discover the secret powers hidden in this marble. Go out there, get your own marble, everybody, and maybe we can use them to channel our marble power together to once again make a marble end. Happy trails, everybody.